Okay, 21st century, which is also known as era of science and technology. Can you talk about role of spirituality in this era? Yes, we are in 21st century, which is profound, which is profoundly defined age of science and technology. But due to the many misinterpretation about spirituality and spiritual life, we have been misoriented and misguided while we are talking about the case of spirituality. Science is not for other thing, rather despite ourselves. Science is for us. Technology is for humanity. Science is for humanity. And spirituality is also for humanity. So, all these three things are interconnected. Though science deals about the superficial, surfacely matter, and the spiritual thing deal about the inner life, soul. So they have different dimension, but the concentrating point is same. So we have to find some symmetry between science and spirituality. And this is the real source of today's whole spiritual phenomena. We are trying to found a correlation, a symmetry, a new dimension emerged from the relation of science and spirituality. Many spiritual masters who also are close to science or who have been through scientific study have also tried and succeed too to have interconnection between a spiritual life and a scientific affair. But still there is some gap between science and spiritual life. Today also there are more than half of the people believe that science and spiritual are completely opposite things, but they are truly incorrect. They are not two different things or two different opposite things, but they are two different dimensions of the same phenomena. There are two dimensions. One is inner dimension and another is outer dimension. Science is all about outer dimension and spirituality is all about inner dimension. So, no doubt, in the era of science, in the era of science and technology, spirituality has major role. But Again, my question arose that how we can have a spiritual life with scientific dimension, scientific approach. This is the vital question of almost all today's humanity. People are puzzled more than before that today's humanity is more puzzled than ever more anytime else, because there are hundreds, thousands of spiritual master who is talking about scientific approach, and there are many scientists who is talking about spiritual way in their approach. So people are confused because when scientists talking about spiritual, they get confused because the things scientists are saying becomes abnormal to them. And the one who is in spiritual path, when the spiritual master talk about the scientific approach, then they also became confused because they also became puzzled because they have been through a solo spiritual path. Now, but both are in their own extremes, so they are puzzled. But the one who is in between them, they need the real fusion of spiritual and scientific dimension, because they do not want to go in any extreme, not being solely spiritual or being solely scientific or scientist. So now we have to understand what exactly spiritual or spirituality is. Spirituality means, or spiritual life means, the life which is not connected, influenced with all these physical appearance, physical thing, but also is connected with the inner thing, which is beyond our sense, sixth sense or five sense, which cannot be seen, which cannot be feel, which cannot be taste or like that. You cannot taste your soul, you cannot feel your soul though, but you can live, you can get connected, and you can live it, you can live with it, you can get tuned with it. And this is the theme of spiritual life. Theme is you have to get in tune with your body and soul. The life which is in tune with body and soul is known as spiritual life. There is no any complicated, no any vast thing. Some day before, someone was asking me that spirituality is so much complex thing. Why are you talking in so simple way? You are not just giving total message because you are talking in simple way. But the fact is, the one who have asked, he was wrong at that point. Spiritual life is the most simplest thing. There is no complexity, there is no any fused thing or hidden thing there. They are misunderstood or they are not understood, not because they are complex, because they are so simple. People are ignoring all these things because they are so simple. Spiritual life, spiritual way is so simple. It's all about you. It's all about your body. It's all about yourself. It's all about your soul, which you already have. You do not have to explore anything. So spiritual path is called pathless path because there is no path. You need to go nowhere. So spiritual life is so simple. And when you add this simplicity in your scientific life or your physical life, then there arose a new tuning. Then arose a new compound. The combination, the chemistry of soul and this body generate a new compound, which is called a blissful, peaceful and successful life. That is the new compound generated after the reaction, after the fusion of two dimensions, spiritual and scientific, or this physical dimension and spiritual dimension. So in scientific era, though this is scientific era, but you need to get connected, you need to get tuned to yourself. You may haven't noticed that almost all scientific discovery are happened at that time when the scientist was tuned. He succeeded to tune his own soul and his mind, his body. At that extreme, he was successful to have a new conclusion, to have a new product of his all research. So, from Einstein to Thomas Alva Edison, or from Niels Bohr to Heisenberg, all scientists had talked about spiritual life, about soul, about the thing beyond our mind. Because they were in that condition, they were in that situation, they were in that holistic situation where their soul and mind start to get tuned. At that instant, a new conclusion, a new theory, a new product, a new invention was invented. And this is not for only the scientists, for normal life too. If you want to have a peaceful life, yes, all these physical activity can supply you some short term happiness, short term success, but for the long term happiness, never ending happiness, never ending success, and never ending peace. You have to connected, you need to be connected with yourself. There is no complexity. I do not believe in any it is so much easy. Then you question may arise how to get yourself, or how to get in tune with your soul. It's so easy. So easy. The way it's called meditation, dhyana. You do not have to do anything. You just start to feel yourself. To get connected to your own soul, you need to, at first, you need to be conscious about your body at first. I think there are so less movement, so countable moments, moment, so few moment in your life that you are conscious about your heartbeat, or you are knowingly you are feeling your heartbeat, or you are consciously walking, consciously eating food, consciously talking, or doing like that. There is so few moment when you are in danger or scared to yourself. You may have feel at that time, at that silence, you may have feel the heartbeat, but in your daily life there is almost not any moment that you are conscious to yourself. So first, for the spiritual life, for the connection with yourself, with your soul, you need to consciously do all the activity. When you are walking, you need to be conscious. When you are eating, you need to be conscious. When you are reading, you need to be conscious. Or when you are doing anything, you need to be conscious. When you start doing that, this is so simple. When you start doing that, slowly, you start to get connected. You start to feel yourself. Then your inner journey start. Then your inner pathless journey start. Then the glimpse of, so sparkling of tuning with yourself, with the mind and soul, you start to see, you start to feel. That sparkling gradually will get increased. So, and finally, a time come, a moment come when you are fully tuned. Like it is just like you have on radio set and the FM broadcaster is just broadcasting or just throwing the frequency. You have radio and you are just tuning the frequency. When you completely match the frequency which was sent from the FM broadcaster and to in your radio, then a clear sound start to you start to hear, or you start to get full tune with that FM station. Same to this, when you are just trying to get closer to yourself, the moment will come that at that moment you will get fully in tune with your soul. Your mind will get fully in tune, and that very moment, that very ultimate is known as enlightenment. Enlightenment is not just bigger thing or something like that we are thinking about. It is the simplest thing ever. Look, see once, being tuned to yourself is not a complete, it is the simplest thing. And enlightenment is also the simplest thing. And when that tuning happens, when you are fully in tune with your mind and soul, at that time, a new of yourself, a newly born of yourself, a newly human will arise, will get evolved from yourself. You will be transformed, you will be changed, your life, your thinking dimension, your way of behaving, everything will get changed. That's why, and all the happiness, all the intelligence, all these things will freely offer to you. So there is one saying, just be yourself, just be yourself. All this worldly happiness will be freely given to you. You do not even need to do anything to achieve all these things. You will be the emperor of all these things. You will be the master of yourself. You will be the master of all these physical things, so-called physical things for which we are spending, we are just throwing our whole life. All these things will be freely. You will get freely all these things. So, and I believe this is the real source of humanity. These things, a peaceful, a blissful, and a successful life is the source of today's humanity. And this is also the source of all this scientific invention. Why this invention were done? Because to make the life easier, to make the life more convenient, to make the life more happier. So this scientific dimension, so this scientific invention, so these scientific things and the spiritual thing have connection. Their purpose is the same. But without the help of spiritual dimension, only science cannot give you a peaceful, blissful and successful life. This is the proven fact of for us. The history has proved that without the help of spiritual or inner yourself, you cannot be happy. You may forget your time, you may forget your moment with the help of different things, different scientific invention, but after you leave that in things, then again same condition start to try to defacify you. Again you will be in pain, again you will be in trouble, again you will be in failure. So in the time of scientific invention, spiritual things, spiritual life has equally or more than ever importance. Without spiritual life or without being connected to yourself, there is no chance of having a life you expect to have.